Xayah to hit. Xayah is going to be very reliant on Isma to land that great engage, from DOS being able to find these good flanks, from Irrelevant being able to use his ultimate to break.
Quite a bit of XP if he does finish that off. Decides against it. We've got 3 summoners left. Have DOS and Exakick to try and survive. Jun tanks the tower. Exakick already down. First blood to Fnatic. Good knock up onto Jun though. Razork won't tank the tower afterwards. Now they can look for the re-engage. Noah and Razork. Do you want more here or do you just want the plate? Waiting for the Vault Breaker. There it lands. Noah tanked the tower perfectly. Fnatic get out with 2 kills.
They make that look seamless. The initial dive.
Artist to each one. So Serenity would be like Van Gogh. Torment would be, I mean, Torment actually fits more with Van Gogh, but we're going to see another fight down towards the bottom lane as Isma goes in. Jun trying to tank this up, gets hit with the Blade Caller. Humanoid on his way as well. Good shuffle back as Razork's now in the midst of the fray. The Grasp and more will get 2. SK very low, walking away wounded. Humanoid looking for a little bit more damage. Last Embrace going to hit on Exakick. He does have the flash. Will he get out in time? He escapes for now. Isma has flash, has jump, uses the flash early to escape. The dredge line crossing more, pulling him back, but confirming Nisqy.
Now, will they make the dive happen? Isma is obviously here to cover. Humanoid going to base, has the TP available.
They're going to look for it. Death charge onto Exakick. Last Embrace out. Razork diving forward. The Dawning Shadow as well as they just lock up Exa and they take him out of the fight. Isma trying to do everything he can here, but Humanoid tanks the tower perfectly. Jun takes the kill. Razork manages to survive. 100 HP, more than enough for the Fnatic dive.
I mean, another excellent dive onto the bot lane. You talked about how we've been seeing so much action down here.
More about forcing Oscar out of the fight. Isma is on his way. Oscar still has TP flash, but he stays around to try and catch the wave. And now with Isma coming in, the Dawning Shadow. Well, it will dawn once you get extra vision control. Oscarinin coming across. We'll see that that ward was just placed. Still clears it out and steps forward. Okay, Oscar, you should have known that that ward just went down. A little bit greedy to step forward towards the Tribush. SK were lying in wait. But Oscar...
There's going to be a bunch of people like, what? Just goes to show my age.
People that love stacks do like the Jenga as Isma. Locked up here with the depth charge. Spiraling Despair coming in as well, but he gets the shield. Jun has to flash away. Razork dashes onto DOS. And in the end, it's much ado about nothing as Isma is able to escape, but the Dawning Shadow flashed away. Dragging up in a minute. Isma would no longer have that summoner spell as Nisqy's locked up the charm on Razork. He tanks a couple of tower shots, but the heal will be enough to keep him alive. Oscar gets one though as Exakick flashes forward. Noah trying to dash away. Humanoid has a flash of his own. DOS dashes away from the Q3. It's a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of SK.
So then chain CC him into the ultimate to then find that execution. But the response from Irrelevant and Exakick was swift because Fnatic was forced to retreat. Now Oscar could be overstepping here.
There's the TP. Isma jumps across the wall, misses the knock-up. Oscar with the World Ender might actually escape from this. Nisqy's going to slide forward. He still has the Emperor's Divide. And I spoke a little bit too hastily saying Oscar had a chance to get away from this because unless he plays this perfectly, there is just no World Ender on him. Razork, no Cease and Desist, no ultimate either. That Dragon already down to 4,500. Isma doesn't have the Magnet Storm and there's no Emperor's Divide or Quickness, so SK are running short on utility themselves. Oscar steps in, the Dragon secured. There's the knock-up onto Oscar as well. He does still have the flash. Depth charge lands onto the back line. There's the Spiraling Despair as well. Irrelevant can try to get away from this, lands the 3-man knock-up. There's the all-out on Razork as well, but the Cease and Desist comes back off cooldown. Feather Storm out by Exakick. He falls low, but he doesn't quite die as Oscarinin tries to take him. The Searing Bolt going wide as Exakick sidesteps it. And in the end, it's another 2 kills and a Drake over to SK.
SK are navigating these fights very well. Great patient play from them. Ooh, Exakick ends up losing his life. He had no more tools left in the kit to escape from that one. In the bot lane once again. I like the lane assignments here because SK even have that top wave slowly pushing in their favor. The pressure is fully on to Fnatic right now. Oscarinin 2 full levels behind.
Another stun onto Jun. TP behind by Irrelevant. Jun so low, tries to dredge line forward but can't find anyone. Spiraling Despair on Isma. Well, Spiraling Despair for Fnatic as they consistently lose their first carry. DOS looking for the engage here, flashes forward, lands the double knock-up, and in goes Nisqy. Sweeps them back, pops the stopwatch. Irrelevant now tanking the tower. The Dawning Shadow will be enough to help take out Nisqy, and Noah starts to open up the big guns. Exakick flashes forward though with the Blade Caller. The Feather Storms as the feathers fly, and Noah falls. Razork and Oscarinin trying to do everything they can to turn this fight around, and they'll do exactly that. Oscarinin with the World Ender trying to get onto Isma, but can't get close enough. Good knockback by Irrelevant. Dash forward by Razork, dash away from the Ksante.
It ends up being a 3-for-3 overall.
No vision at the moment. DOS has the flank. What have we got flash-wise? Razork, Oscarinin, and Jun have theirs. Only Isma on the side of SK has a flash. I haven't seen Irrelevant use his flash all game.
Here comes DOS.
Might be because he's got Ghost, as Isma can go forward. The dash in by Razork, dash away by Isma. Pathmaker, Oscarinin locked in the pit, charmed up. There's the Baron secured by SK. Isma gets it. Oscarinin now in the middle of the pit as Isma flashes away. Irrelevant takes down one. Exakick though so low in the back. Doss trying to do everything he can here. Nisqy pops a stopwatch for a second, but Humanoid's still alive and he has damn loads of damage to try and dish out. The fear back on Irrelevant. Razork will be locked up with the Pathmaker, and that is a very dead buy. He can try to dash the wall, but Irrelevant gets in his way. In the end, an incredible exchange for SK.
Irrelevant is bot wave now making his way back towards the team to offer assistance. It's SK who have entrance to the Dragon.
The risk for SK is they don't have the quickness, they don't have the Magnetstorm, and they don't really have follow-up engage on Isma diving in. Isma falls low. Nisqy trying to get onto Jun as well, as he will be able to take out the Nautilus with a couple more auto attacks, but he hasn't got them down yet. He shuffles Jun away, and Oscarinin is doing everything he can to help out his support. In the end, a 1-for-1 so far. Irrelevant trying to join the fray from the bottom side. The bot breaker charged up by Razork, but Irrelevant with his dancing shoes dodges to the side. Humanoid severing bolt once again. The chase continues as Oscarinin's knocked back. Doss goes back in. Razork coming in from the side as the Grasping Maw unable to find something in its teethy clutches. The Dragon started though, and SK won't be able to get into the pit. Fnatic get the soul.
Ends up being a 1-for-1. I think Nisqy really missed
through this. It's already down to 13,000. Now down to 8. Fnatic trying to step forward. Doss still no quickness. 5,000 on the Baron. Isma sticking on it for now. Razork charging up the Vault Breaker, looking to get across the wall. Now they'll re-engage on it. Razork does have the flash. He has the blast go. Razork steals it. Doss forced low down towards the bottom side of the fight as Irrelevant tries to keep 4 members of Fnatic away. Maybe SK will want to take a bit more of the battle as the all-out comes out. Exakick flashes forward. SK know they need to find something now as they go in. The root caller coming out as Jun falls low, as does Razork. 2 so far. Irrelevant still healthy enough to rejoin if he can. Exakick forced down towards the bottom side. No flash, no feather storm, no hope of him getting away, but a good slide back from Nisqy into the stopwatch, into the quickness, into the charm, into Oscar falling. Nisqy goes down as well. In the end, Fnatic walk away with only 1 Baron buff.
It's still a
tortured artist, you might say then. Because it's a dark seal.
Oh,
if it was a light seal, he'd be a very happy artist.
Once again, we find ourselves in the mid lane, fighting over the wave. Isma tries to land the stun. Exakick takes a chip of damage. Here we go.
Jun so low already. Jun almost down as Irrelevant now dashes forward, and Fnatic are on the back foot. 4v5, they have to try and find a way to get out of this alive, but Oscarinin has failed in that objective. SK, everyone walks away. The severing bolt not going to do enough, especially to Irrelevant.
And they just consistently shut down this engage from Fnatic. It's always Jun on the front line, and he just gets some of the good team fighting, but a lot of credit I really feel needs to go to Irrelevant. Look, they just walked their way in. Exactly what you need to do.
Just tanks for an absolute year. The Elder here as Humanoid's pulled back and exploded by SK. They're not going to be able to win the game off this minion wave, are they? I mean, the cannon's going to die, and then I feel like Fnatic should be able to clear the back lane.
Cares about those towers?
The backdoor bonus might be enough, as Irrelevant is still tanking the towers. Jun's going to dredge line away. Nisqy dives forward, but no one's able to escape. Doesn't even have to burn the flash, and now they're underneath the Nexus towers. And although Irrelevant might not care, Nisqy definitely does. Noah's now going to open up on Irrelevant. He's locked up in the last embrace, and Irrelevant for the first time in 37 minutes falls to the SK's hubris in diving the Nexus towers.
42 stacks.
We only have 2 ultimates available for this next fight as Irrelevant steps forward. His is one of them, the all-out, still a possibility. The Emperor's Divide as well. Isma needs to jump away from that, but he doesn't have the time to escape. The Infernal Chain's just short. TP from Nisqy! TP from Nisqy! That TP sucked!
What was he doing?
Oh, it's teleporting.
I mean, thank you. Now I understand. I'm still struggling to comprehend what the plan was.
In the end, it doesn't matter too much because he's still able to join up with his team before the Baron begins, but I think perhaps a flank position was what he was aiming for. Noah stepping forward, Doss dashing away the TP.
Wait, they can just kill the TP.
They can look for Irrelevant. It's pretty hard to kill him. I'm going to say he's only died once so far. This game pulled back from the Pathmaker. The Baron will fall, though, as SK secure it. The blast cone away by Irrelevant. Okay. Getting the TP a little bit more tricky into his 5th and final item. 6th if you include the boots, as the Elder is already down to 10,000. Can Razork pull a rabbit out of the proverbial hat? Can he find a steal, or will Irrelevant go for the engage first? Oscarinin looking to the flank. Exakick puts the feathers down. The Dawning Shadow will land on a lot as Oscar gets charmed up immediately. The cease and desist on the backline, but Razork just can't put the damage down, and Irrelevant can. He dives into Fnatic's backline as Nisqy dives forward to help him. It's 4-for-1 so far. The Elder on the menu for SK if they want it, but I think they want a much juicier prize.
That fight was cut and dry, and they're going to add insult to injury and send Noah back to the fountain. 5 members alive. SK will secure the victory here in game 1.
A very back and forth affair between them. Irrelevant, definitely the MVP for SK, carrying them through the game and taking them to 1-0 in the series.
Whew. What a crazy game one between SK and Fnatic. These team fights were crazy, but I do think it boiled down to that top diff at the end of the day. Irrelevant was just immovable in so many of these fights.